You will never eat this again after knowing how it's made. Food is always tied to daily life, bringing joy, fullness, and essential nutritional values. But behind familiar dishes sometimes hide secrets few expect. There are ingredients processed in ways that just knowing about them is enough to make many people shudder. From controversial production methods to unbelievable components in daily meals. All of this will make anyone think twice before putting them on the dining table. Gummy candy is considered a sweet snack loved by many. But the truth is it contains an unexpected ingredient, insect secretions.
The glossy coating on the outside of gummy candy doesn't occur naturally.
It's created using shellac, a substance from the red lac insect Caryolaca of the Coridaceae family. This substance is harvested, refined, and then dissolved in ethanol.
The compound also found in varnish to form a smooth, shiny coating that makes the candy look more appealing.
Though it may sound unbelievable, this is an ingredient that has been used for a long time in the food industry. Some companies have sought alternatives with other ingredients, but many still continue to use shellac. Additionally, consuming too much gummy candy is not good for health because the main component of this candy is sugar.
Absorbing excessive sugar can lead to consequences like rapid weight gain, nutrient deficiencies, and imbalances, affecting oral health, increasing the risk of diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and countless other harms.
Therefore, if you want to avoid health risks, consider carefully before buying. Carbon monoxide in meat is an extremely dangerous gas that can cause suffocation and death if inhaled too much. But what surprises many is that this gas is used to preserve meat. In the food industry, carbon monoxide is pumped into vacuum packaging to maintain the bright red color of meat, making it look fresh even after being stored for a long time. This not only helps companies save costs but also misleads consumers into thinking the meat is still fresh and delicious. But in reality, that attractive color might just be an illusion created by the toxic gas. Many meat lovers might feel worried upon learning this truth. So not all bright red meat is fresh. It's important to know how to choose safe food for health.
Is seafood really as fresh as it looks? When buying fish, shrimp, and scallops in the market, everyone wants to pick the fresh and tasty ones.
But have you ever wondered why some fish look very shiny and firm but become mushy and lose their natural flavor when cooked?
Actually, many types of seafood are soaked in sodium tripolyphosphate before reaching consumers. A substance that helps fish retain water, making it look fresh longer. But excessive soaking causes fish and shrimp to absorb too much water and lose their original flavor.
Not only does it affect food quality, sodium tripolyphosphate is also warned to potentially impact the nervous system if used excessively.
The concerning part is that many places don't clearly label this substance on products, leaving buyers unaware.
So, if you intend to buy scallops, ask the seller if they're dried scallops. It's a small question but can help avoid many health concerns. Ice cream and its unexpected ingredient.
Ice cream is a favorite treat for many, especially on hot days.
But few know that to keep ice cream soft and scoopable even right out of the freezer. Many manufacturers add a substance found in car antifreeze called propylene glycol, a colorless, odorless liquid.
It may sound unbelievable, but the truth is this substance prevents ice cream from freezing too hard, ensuring a smooth texture like fresh ice cream.
So when you buy it, you can just open the container and enjoy it immediately.
Unlike homemade ice cream, which usually needs to soften for a while before eating, notably, manufacturers are not required to clearly label this compound on product packaging.
This means many people are unaware that the ice cream they eat daily contains such a concerning ingredient. Dear viewers, now let's explore a topic that has been trending recently. As you know, eggs are a familiar food in daily meals, but not every egg is a real egg. Recently, images from some manufacturers have revealed an astonishing truth.
That is, artificial eggs are made from a mixture of chemicals and synthetic substances.
Both the yolk and egg white are concocted from non-natural ingredients. And the shell is made from a type of plastic colored exactly like a real egg.
This process is so sophisticated that many people can hardly distinguish it with the naked eye.
But the worrying part is that the components in this type of egg are not something everyone wants to put into their body. So if one day you discover that the food you often eat isn't entirely natural, if they could even harm your health as you think, what would you do? Let's discuss with us in the comments section below. The dark side of honey. From ancient times to now, honey has always been considered a nutritious and health beneficial food. But few know that there are types of honey that can cause poisoning, leading those who eat it to experience dizziness, nausea, sweating, and even vomiting.
The reason is that bees collect nectar from some flowers containing natural neurotoxins. And when humans accidentally consume contaminated honey, it could lead to a phenomenon called mad honey poisoning.
A rare but extremely dangerous condition. Even natural foods can harbor risks. So we advise that when choosing honey, prioritize reliable sources to ensure health safety. The truth about hydrolyzed soy protein and MSG.
Many people may have never heard of hydrolyzed soy protein,
but it is actually a quite common ingredient in processed foods, derived from soybeans, also known as soy. They are present in many soy-based processed foods like soy milk, tofu, fermented soybeans. In fact, it itself is not harmful, but during production,
MSG is often added to enhance flavor.
This makes dishes more savory but also causes many people to worry.
Many people are sensitive to MSG, and consuming it can lead to headaches, fatigue, or discomfort. However, the notable point is that MSG is not always clearly labeled on food packaging. Some manufacturers use various alternative names or are not required to disclose it,
making it difficult for consumers to know whether the food they're eating contains MSG. Therefore,
many have spoken out calling for the removal of MSG from processed foods.
But this is not easy to implement because MSG has become too familiar a part of the food industry. So, when choosing to buy food, read labels carefully and research thoroughly to protect your own health. McDonald's Chicken McNuggets.
When it comes to fast food, many people can't miss those crispy, golden chicken pieces.
But have you ever wondered if these nuggets are really made only from chicken? According to some reports, only about 50% of McDonald's chicken nuggets are chicken meat. The rest includes many additives and artificial compounds. Among them is an ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane, a compound also found in silly putty, a children's toy. This substance is also used in industry as an anti-foaming agent. McDonald's asserts that these substances are FDA approved and not harmful. But for health-conscious people, is this really a safe choice? Understanding the origin of food is always important to protect the health of yourself and your family. Gelatin. Gelatin is an ingredient present in many everyday products, from desserts to some medicines. When buying food or pharmaceuticals, we can easily see gelatin listed in the ingredient table. However, not everyone knows exactly what it is made from. Gelatin is actually a type of protein, but the way it is produced might make many people reconsider. To produce gelatin, animal parts such as skin, tendons, ligaments, and bones must be boiled,
primarily from cows or pigs.
This means that those soft gummy candies, sparkling jelly cups, or smooth, creamy pudding layers all originate from ingredients few would expect. Not only appearing in food, gelatin is also widely used in cosmetics and pharmaceuticals, creating a soft coating for pills and even present in skin creams.
Thus, when using some skincare products, you might unknowingly be applying a bit of cow or pig-derived ingredient onto your body.
Understanding gelatin not only helps have a more accurate view of familiar products but also aids in more careful consideration when choosing daily food and cosmetics. Cinnamon powder. Cinnamon has long been a familiar spice in cuisine and traditional medicine. But there is a truth not everyone knows. Cinnamon powder can contain many insect fragments.
According to some studies, for every 50 grams of cinnamon powder, there can be up to 400 insect fragments mixed inside. The reason is that during harvesting, insects often cling to the cinnamon bark and are very difficult to completely remove during processing. Especially because cinnamon is usually ground into a fine powder. These impurities are almost impossible to detect.
Unlike butter or peanuts, where large fragments can be spotted, cinnamon makes people more discerning. Mean they don't. With this information, many people might reconsider using cinnamon in their daily meals. Do you think so? Now let's explore a fact that might startle many people. Some spices in the kitchen may contain traces of rodents. Familiar spices like dill seeds, ginger, or some dried herbs are often grown outdoors, where rats can appear. Therefore, they risk being contaminated with impurities, including rodent waste. This is not a rumor but a reality documented by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Perhaps many have heard stories about rat urine contaminating soft drinks or canned foods.
In reality, the risk of illness from such cases is very low.
But knowing that spices might contain traces of rodents certainly doesn't feel pleasant. However, this doesn't mean one should worry excessively or completely eliminate spices from meals. But it's a reminder that when choosing food, we need to pay attention to its origin and processing methods to ensure health safety.
The little excited secret in a familiar glass of beer.
Beer is a beverage that has existed for hundreds of years, becoming an indispensable part of gatherings and conversations. When brewed correctly, beer not only offers a delicious flavor but also creates a refreshing, pleasant sensation. But there's a fact that since the 19th century, in beer production, a special substance derived from fish bladders has been used. This substance is called isinglass, which helps clarify beer, making it brighter and more attractive when poured into a glass.
Thanks to this, beer has become eye-catching, sparkling under lights, enhancing the sense of tastiness.
However, this fact has startled many, especially vegetarians or those avoiding animal-derived products. Not only that, many also worry that this substance might affect the true flavor of beer. Therefore, today many producers are seeking alternatives to maintain the beautiful color while aligning with modern consumption trends. The dye derived from coal. Many still think that vibrant colors in foods like orange-yellow are extracted from nature, but reality is far from imagination. Few realize that many familiar foods like soft drinks, potato chips, cheese flavor, or even pickles contain a dye derived from coal. This dye is called tartrazine, used to create an attractive bright yellow color. But the concern is that it originates from industrial waste and has sparked much debate about its effects on human health. Some studies suggest tartrazine may be linked to hyperactivity in children, leading many countries to impose strict regulations. In Europe, products containing tartrazine must clearly display warnings on packaging for consumer awareness. But in the US, this is not yet required, leaving many unaware that they consume a coal-derived dye daily. The dye from insects hidden behind vibrant red hues. If anyone thinks food colorings are all made from chemicals, they might be surprised to learn that some colors actually come from insects.
Specifically, there is a red coloring called cochineal, made from the pigment of a small insect species. This substance is often used to create natural red coloring in many foods,
even appearing in products of famous brands like Starbucks. Humans have actually used cochineal for hundreds of years, since the time of the Aztecs,
who discovered its ability to produce long-lasting, vibrant colors.
Today, as demand for natural colorants increases, cochineal is once again favored. However, not everyone is comfortable with the idea of consuming a product derived from insects. Additionally, some people may be allergic to this substance, leading many food companies to consider removing it from their ingredient lists. Tuna and the danger from toxic metals. In recent years, there have been increasing warnings about the presence of heavy metals in food, especially seafood. Among these, tuna is considered one of the fish most susceptible to mercury and other toxic metals. This has caused concern for many tuna lovers.
Mercury occurs naturally, but due to industrial activities, pollution levels of this metal in seawater have increased significantly. When factories discharge waste into the environment, mercury seeps into water sources, accumulating in sheds and microorganisms. Small fish that eat these organisms become contaminated, and when larger fish eat the small fish, they also absorb mercury in their body.
Since large fish live longer and eat more small fish, the amount of mercury in their bodies increases over time.
If mercury-containing foods are consumed over a long period, humans can face serious issues such as memory decline, nervous system damage, liver and kidney dysfunction, and even an increased risk of cardiovascular disease.
Particularly, pregnant women and children are the most affected, as mercury can impact the comprehensive development of fetuses and young children. Cheese is one of the oldest foods ever created by humans. There are many different types of cheese, but goat cheese has a unique flavor, both rich and slightly tangy, giving it a special appeal. However, few know that ancient cheese had a very unique and somewhat strange method of production. Thousands of years ago,
humans discovered that in the stomachs of ruminants, especially goats, there is a special enzyme that helps milk curdle into cheese. People utilize this by storing milk in goat stomachs, allowing the milk to ferment naturally and form cheese.
This was humanity's first method of making cheese. Given the lack of refrigerators or artificial preservatives at the time, this method prevented milk from spoiling quickly and created a product that could be stored long-term.
Not only goats, but cows and sheep were also used in similar ways. Over time, humans gradually refined this technique, leading to the diverse cheeses we have today.
Goat cheese has a stronger aroma compared to cow cheese. Sometimes it has a slight pungency, but this is what attracts true cheese lovers.
Moreover, goat cheese is easier to digest than cow milk cheese and less likely to cause allergies, as it contains less lactose. Today, even though cheese-making technology has become more advanced, lovers of artisanal cheese still cherish this original flavor.
To enjoy cheese in the traditional way, goat cheese is definitely a choice not to be missed. Fruit juice has long been considered a healthy choice, helping to supplement vitamins and minerals. However, not all juices are as safe as many people think. There is a shocking truth. Some apple juices on the market have been found to contain arsenic, a toxic substance that can harm the body if absorbed over a long period. Arsenic is a natural element found in soil, water, and air.
However, the use of pesticides and chemicals in agriculture has increased arsenic levels in the environment. When apples are grown in arsenic-contaminated areas or irrigated with polluted water, this arsenic can enter the fruit.
During juice processing, this toxin is not completely removed and can remain in the final product. According to many reports, most apple juice consumed in the US originates from China, where food safety standards differ and pesticide control is not as strict. This raises concerns that the juice may be contaminated with heavy metals or pesticide residues. To protect health, it is best to choose organic juice from reliable sources or juice fresh fruit at home.
Reading labels carefully and researching product origins is also very important. Additionally, juice should not be consumed too frequently, as even though beneficial, it contains a lot of natural sugar that can affect health if consumed excessively.
After learning the truth behind familiar foods, many of us may reconsider our daily food choices. The most important thing is not to fear, but to have the knowledge to make wise decisions to protect our own and our family's health.
Food is not only a source of nutrition but also reflects how we care for ourselves and the world around us.
Be a smart consumer,
knowing how to choose and research carefully before putting anything into your body.
Don't forget to like, share so more people know, and subscribe to mystery_core so you don't. See you in the next videos. Goodbye and have a nice day.